Hello, art adventurers. Welcome back to Armchair Art Share, where we explore the world's greatest artworks without ever leaving our favorite chair. I'm your host, Andrew, and in this episode, we're going to cover thousands of years of an important part of art history. Today, we're diving into the entire sweep of Greek art history, a journey that spans over 1,000 years and gives us everything from stick figure horses to gods battling giants in high-drama marble thunderstorms. Our story begins with geometry. The geometric period is exactly what it sounds like. Artists loved shapes. Circles, triangles, zigzags. If a mathematician doodled it, the Greeks painted it. The Dipylon Amphora, found near the Dipylon Gate in Athens, is a massive funerary vase covered in meanders and mourning figures. Think of it as the ancient world's illustrated obituary, except nearly 4 feet tall and entirely composed of tidy patterns. Next up, the Dipylon Crater, another funerary marker. This one shows a whole procession honoring the deceased. Figures are made of simple shapes, triangles for torsos, stick arms, dot eyes. But don't be fooled. These artists were absolute masters of composition. Every line is intentional. Now we get mythology sneaking in. The centaur from Lefkandi is a terracotta figurine, half man, half horse, and entirely charming in that slightly awkward early Greek way. The idea of hybrid creatures is already on the rise, hinting at stories and symbolism beyond pure pattern. Bronze horses were extremely popular votive offerings. They were sleek, simplified, and symbolic, almost like the ancient world version of collecting limited edition figurines. These bronzes show early hints of Greek interest in the heroic and the divine. The Hirschfeld craters are the pinnacle of geometric craftsmanship, precise, monumental, and full of rhythm. You can practically feel early Greek art evolving towards storytelling. In the Orientalizing period, Greek artists look outward. Trade routes open. Egyptian, Near Eastern, and Assyrian art flow into Greece like TikTok trends of the ancient world. The Eleusis Amphora is packed with myth. Odysseus blinding the Cyclops Polyphemus is front and center. It's dramatic, chaotic, full of figures and monsters, exactly the opposite of the calm geometry we just left. The Macmillan-era Ballos is the cutest tiny lime perfume bottle you'll ever see, painted with incredibly fine detail. It shows how Greek artists began experimenting with naturalism, narrative, and whimsical forms. Meet the Griffin Protome, a bronze sculptural attachment shaped like a griffin head. Griffins were straight out of the Eastern artistic menu, and the Greeks loved them. They perched on cauldrons, helmets, furniture. Essentially, they were the pop culture icons of 650 BCE. These adorable faience figurines, made from a glazed ceramic technique imported from Egypt, show just how globalized Greek culture was becoming. If the geometric period was local craft, Orientalizing was the beginning of international influence. Welcome to the Archaic Period, when Greek art finally says, let's try sculpting humans more like humans. The New York Kouros is a prime example, standing stiff and frontal like an Egyptian statue, yet unmistakably Greek with that iconic archaic smile. The Peplos Kore is one of my favorites. Brightly painted originally, yes, Greek statues were not white. She served as a votive figure. Her serenity marks the transition toward individuality and grace in sculpture. Imagine an entire encyclopedia of Greek myth on one pot. That's a Francois vase, created by Cleisias and Ergotamos. It features over 200 figures in a complex black figure style. It's a blockbuster collaboration of 570 BCE. Greek architecture levels up with monumental temples. The Temple of Herae at Paestum is heavy, early Doric, and slightly chunky, but it establishes the blueprint for the Greek temple form that becomes iconic. The Temple of Aphaea on the island of Aegina is a well-preserved archaic temple that showcases the early development of the Doric architectural style. Its balanced proportions and hillside setting reveal how Greek architects were refining temple design just before the transition to the classical period. And that brings us to the end of today's journey, but not the end of Greek art. In this episode, we've explored the first 3 periods of ancient Greek art. the pattern storytelling, the geometric period, the global influences of the Orientalizing period, and the growing naturalism of the Archaic period. These eras laid the foundation for everything that followed, but the story isn't finished yet. In our next episode, we'll dive into the classical period and the Hellenistic period, where Greek art reaches its height of balance, emotion, and dramatic power. So stay tuned, keep your armchair ready, and I'll see you next time on Armchair Art Share.